Good afternoon, everybody. This is Madame Ajroud. We meet in this video. I want to show you a lesson of reading and writing for the unit Makepeace, not the lesson of for the text of Martin Luther King, but it's another text. Here I'm going to read for you my text just to give you an idea about the text. Of course, you're not supposed to read the text for your students. They just need to read silently to do the activities. After reading for you my text, I will show you the lesson plan for that text. Here, that one is the worksheet for which I gave to my students. It contains the text and the activities which I devoted for that, which I did for that text. The text from a meaningless life to a meaningless death. I haven't seen the sky for 3 days. I almost forgot how beautiful it looks on a sunny day in winter. I wish I could walk on the beach and enjoy some peace. 3 days ago we moved to a house of my husband's family in order to find a more secure place where the kids can't hear the loud sounds of explosions and wake up frightened and crying. I can't assure them that tomorrow will be better and that they will be safe. The images on TV are always the same, except that this time they are more violent. We stopped enjoying anything since the Israeli war against the civilians in Gaza began. Neither I nor my children can stand the sound of the continuous bombing of the Israeli war machines. It's worse during the night. The children go to bed very early to avoid hearing the sounds of F-16s dropping bombs. You can't imagine how scary it's to hear the whistling of the missiles before they hit. All we can do is to thank Allah. When we all wake up safe in morning, we will live another day. War is very cruel, and we, the Palestinian refugees, have witnessed the cruelty of war more than once. There is no mercy, no difference between a child and an old man. All are criminals and deserve to die according to Israel. I stopped hoping for an end. We only wait for our turn to join the list. Nothing more but just a number. Our only wish is to die together as one family, so no one of us has to live through the bitterness of losing the other. The text is adapted from a letter by Najwa Sheikh, Nusrat Camp Gaza Strip during the bombings of Gaza in December 2008 January 2009. That's the text. Now I'll show you my lesson plan for that text. Well, here you find here general information about your lesson, the unit theme, the stream, lesson length, the competencies, and the rubric, which is reading and writing, the aim of the lesson. I have divided my sheet into 5 columns. The first one is time, stage, rationale, teacher's tasks, learners' performance, and the material. Timing here is the old timing. When we used to teach 1 hour, it means 60 minutes. Now you can change timing or adapt the lesson and the activities depending on your time and the level of your students. Here the first stage of a reading and writing lesson is pre-reading. We have also during reading or while reading, and the last stage is post-reading. The rationale for the pre-reading stage is to activate pupils' prior knowledge, to introduce the topic, to inject new vocabulary words related to the topic. Here the learners will be able to acquire different keywords new vocabulary words related to the text which will be exploited to interpret the text. The teacher's task here, the first one, the teacher is going to show learners some photos which has relation with the text and which better explain difficult or ambiguous vocabulary words in the text, so that learners later will not need to check them or find a difficulty in understanding meaning of the text. So to answer their questions, here I'll tell you, sorry, I haven't pictures here, but I'll tell you they will be about what. The teacher's tasks, a teacher invites learners to look at different pics displayed on the board and asks different questions. He engages learners in a discussion through different questions. What do these pictures represent? The teacher asks learners to suggest a word that might describe each picture. The learners' possible answers. Here from learners' possible answers, you could guess the pictures will be about what, and you can go to Google Images and download some pictures that could help you in presenting that lesson. Pictures will be about war, bombings, missiles, children crying and frightened, etc. The material here I've written pictures displayed on the board. Now the teacher sets different activities for that text. He asks learners to read the text silently. Here we should read the text silently and not loud. Then do the first act. Timing here is 30 minutes for the during reading stage or the while reading stage. The rationale for that stage is to read for gist. Learners will be able to get a general understanding of the text. Here the first task, read the text, then choose the right answer. It's an MCQ activity. Who wrote the text? Is it a journalist, a refugee, a witness, or a UNO worker? The text the text is a report, a speech, or a letter. To whom this text is addressed to? Is it addressed to refugees or to the UNO? UNO is United Nations Organization, or to the public opinion. Number 4, what did Najwa Sheikh write her letter for? The last question we have 4 choices. A, to bring their everyday life to public attention. Here we could have more than one answer as a correct answer. B, to tell people that they are human beings just like them. C, to help the Palestinians' word reach the outside world. D, to make Palestine become free. Palestine free. So learners are asked to choose either 1 or 2, which best answers the question according to the text, of course. Number 5. Najwa Sheikh and her children were at her husband's family house. Why? Because they didn't know where to go. Or is it B, to find help? Or is it C, because they thought they would be in security there? Is it D, as there were no bombings there? In the section of in the section learners performances, we could have learners possible answers. Learners here read the text silently and whole class correction. These are the answers. Here too. Now we move to the second task. It's always the while reading stage. The rationale for the second task is to read and scan the text for details and get a deep understanding of the text. Task 2, read the text carefully, then answer these questions. You answer them according to the text. How was the children's reaction during bombings? Which sounds did Najwa Sheikh and her children hear? Pick out 3 sentences from the text that show how pessimistic Najwa Sheikh was. Here are some suggested answers for the questions. We move here to the third task, which is a vocabulary task. Teacher asks learners to do the 4th activity. As you have seen in the text, we had some words in bold type. Learners are asked to find the synonyms of these words in the words written in bold. Find what words written in bold type in the text are synonyms to. Pity, secure, afraid, inhabitants, children. Then we move to the post-reading phase or stage, which is here 15 minutes. You could also ask your learners to do it at home, especially now, and we have 45 minutes. I don't think they are sufficient so that learners could write in the classroom. So the aim, the rationale for that stage is to wrap up the lesson so as to infer the global meaning of the suggested passage. This is the instruction. Palestinian children are suffering and you want to do something to help them. Write a letter. Here we are going to merge writing with reading. Learners are asked to write a letter to the United Nations organization in which you speak about the rights of children and request Mr. Ban Ki-moon. Here, I think Mr. Ban Ki-moon is no longer the Secretary General for United Nations, so you should look for the new one and here change this word, this name. Here you request write a letter to the United Nations organization in which you speak about the rights of children and request Mr. Ban Ki-moon to make sure basic rights of Palestinian children are respected. Learners here write different paragraphs. You can listen to them, correct, or ask them to read for you what they have written. This is my suggested lesson. This is my suggested text and the activities which I did for that text. Personally, I do the one in the course book, which is the speech of Martin Luther King. That extract for Martin Luther King's speech, and also I add another one, which is this one, this letter of Najwa Sheikh. I wish you good luck in your career, and hope you like that video and that text, the activities I did. If you have any comments, just write them in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe and comment and like my video if you like it, of course. Thank you and goodbye.